Yes, Pal here. I'm going to be giving my thoughts and how I feel about the Awakening update. This video is going to be fully unedited so I can give my honest opinions on how I feel. So first, before we begin, the reason why I held off on making a video is because I know as a spender, my views will be completely different from the majority of the player base who is low spending or free to play. So I have watched I'm Just Q's video about the anniversary community big win and the laughably bad video he made about the anniversary. Not calling the video laughably bad, but the title is literally "This is laughably bad about the anniversary." So I fully watched 1 hour of his videos to make sure I understand the free-to-play's opinions. I also watched 7K Dreamers Play's opinions on the overhaul of the Awakening requirements and how he feels about the outrageousness of the dual release of Scout and Sylvester's Awakening alongside the community outreach video. So I'll talk about Samuel later because that's another point I want to bring up not related to this. But he does bring up very good points with his videos about the anniversary and how he screws over many free-to-play players. So let's go over to the game. Let's go over to this first. The quality of life changes are amazing. So basically this is the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to, honestly, for the quality of life out of everything to do with the dedicated equipment. As you can see, going to the game, my inventory, if you look at my dedicated equipment, I am too lazy to even equip most of them on their dedicated units. So this update will be amazing. Scrolling down, we can see that there are really a big thing many of the YouTubers talked about is easing the Hero Awakening requirements, basically lowering the barrier of entry to awaken them, which is huge for the free-to-play players. As a spender, and many other spenders feel the same, rubies are expendable. Basically, if we need rubies, we'll just swipe. Something to take note of is how spenders and free-to-play players view rubies. So for us, rubies are, yes, if we need rubies, we just swipe. For example, at Celestial Arena, if we take a look at the rewards, first place gets 30,000 rubies, but a lot of spenders do not care about the ruby rewards at all. Most of the spenders care about the cosmetic rewards, which is basically the borders. That's why I was personally pushing so hard for the border, because I know the border cannot be bought with rubies and can only be obtained from getting rank 1, and that's why I push so hard for the border. Not for the rubies, not for the points, those things if we want we can just swipe to get them, but this one you cannot. So that's how many whales see rubies and see the rewards. Now going back to this, I want to talk about the player base and the big shrinkage. Another thing I want to talk about is the lackluster creator benefits. Samuel's reason for quitting is just because he cannot keep up with the game, and many other content creators I talked with feel the same as well. If we take a look at his 7 nights videos in comparison with other, so if we take a filter by 7K, we can see he's quitting 7 Nights Rebirth. That one gained a huge spike in views because everyone's like, oh my god, he's quitting. But if we go to the first one, he did a follow-up video on the Awakening Stone situation. That video got 4.3 thousand views. But if we take a look at the other videos he made on other games like Illusion Connect and and Dragon Raja, they did surprisingly well in comparison to 7 Nights videos. If we go even further down, we can see that so we look at the video on his other 7 Nights he made. If we take a look at other videos like from Star Savior or Mogul Star Dive, they did almost 2 times better than the 7 Nights video. So that tells me that the 7 Nights Rebirth community is actually in decline. And to even further support this, I'm going to take a look at my own video stats as well. if we take a look at my content, the video I made on the 12th of May, before they even released the patch notes for Awakening, did quite well. So if we take a look at the video, we take a look at the analytics, I actually gained 3 subscribers from here. People were looking forward to the Magic Awakening because physical was just too overpowering. But I decided to take a break, and when I uploaded my first video somewhere after the patch notes was released, if we take a look at the Iron Devourer farming video, I actually lost 6 subscribers. And it's not like I am making bad videos or clickbait. If you want to look at an example of when I clickbaited, for example this video, I said I got a score of 9.4 million. This score actually took many attempts of retrying because it requires perfect RNG, and I just wanted to get a very good thumbnail for the video to get people to click. If we take a look at the analytics, because this is actually honestly misleading, I still gained 11 subs, and the comments, people didn't quite care. Like some people did ask why. So the title says 9.4 but you only scored 7.4 million. I immediately backpedaled and changed, but that was quite some time ago, and a lot of people have already watched the video by the time, but they do not care. So this tells me that my most recent videos are not because of the fact that I am making clickbait content or misleading people, it's just people quitting the game. So if you go over to the next video I made about the Magic team, I lost another subscriber here, and it's not like I am making like bad videos. If my videos are bad, people will comment like saying, oh, I hate this, I don't care, like why are you putting out fake information and everything. But I'm not that I'm not, but no one is complaining about it. So if you take a look at the next video, I fully made a detailed guide on how the new Magic team works and the mechanics behind Guts Override and Effect Resistance, and that lost me 3 subscribers, which is scary because this video shows the perfected Magic team and how I achieved an over 90% win rate in Celestial PvP. I mean, now my Celestial PvP, if you take a look, I have dropped to 75% as the top players started to adapt their own version of the build that is completely different to mine to counter the meta build. So I'm constantly changing my teams almost every day to keep up. But if you take a look at the dragon farming video, the Destroyer Gaze, this video was posted on 6th of June. Even for the patch notes were posted on the 5th of June. If we just go take a look at the history, the patch notes, they posted the patch notes on the 6th of, on the 5th of June. So this video came up after that, and even more people unsubbed because they were just not interested in 7 Nights content anymore. They have quit the game, and this feels very scary to me, as if a lot of the casual spenders quit the game, whales will quit the game. For example, if we take a look at the top 100 leaderboards, there are many accounts that no longer belong to their original owners. Like many of these names I used to recognize, but I just don't recognize them anymore, even though I know that they are top players, because they are making it in the top 100 of Celestial PvP. It's because they have sold their accounts to other people and they changed their names. So many whales are quitting the game, and the people who took over the accounts are not spending as heavily. That is bad because net marble basically declines. Another thing to see is how people enjoy Celestial PvP. Like whales enjoy hard stomping on the lesser spenders. But if we take a look at random player on the leaderboards, Real Time Arena, they have a win rate of over 88%, but they're only in Diamond 1. That's because around that range is when they started encountering other whales and they just didn't enjoy RTA anymore because they couldn't hard stomp on other players. And it's just not that. Let's take a look at the rank 1 player. Same thing, Diamond 1, 64%, he probably stopped playing the moment he started encountering big whales. And let's just take a look at one more. Silver 2 just gave up, didn't want to play PvP because I think he just played at the start and just gave up. Diamond 1, nobody from NA, and if you take a look at my own stats, even me, I stopped once I started encountering the big whales, because I just didn't enjoy the game mode anymore if I wasn't hard stomping people, and that's something not many whales will admit. So that's my take on the anniversary update and how I feel about everything that's happening. I honestly do not quite enjoy the game anymore because what do we have to play? We have Guild Wars, that's one thing, and then RTA is nice, but the thing is time gated. There, I feel like even in rest period we should be able to play RTA, just that there's no ranking, we just play it for fun. And Advanced Arena, it's a guilty pleasure watching Celestial Arena, watching your AI screw up and almost wanting to punch your computer half the time when it's like you can win the game if you use a buff removal, but the AI doesn't use a buff removal for like 10 turns, and then the enemy just Freya spin, you lose. Then you also have Total War, which is nothing interactive at all, and then you have the regular arena. So what is there to do in 7 Nights? You just log in, start ruby farming, sometimes do your raids, and that's about it. So what I would really like to see in the game is co-op PvE, where 2 players work against a common enemy. Like the best example I can give is 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross Demon Raids. So that's about it. Player base declining. Whales do not get to stomp on free-to-play players. Whales get bored of the game because of that. Whales quit. Lower income for Netmarble. And free-to-play players quit. Whales quit. Everyone quits EOS. That's how I feel like the game is going, especially with the countless bad decisions they made. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Sun Jingwu collab, I forgot the name of that anime, they did something very good by refunding our rubies for those people who didn't abuse the bug. And in fact, they give out a lot of generous rewards, but the problem is that gets overshadowed by one mistake. Netmarble has done honestly quite a lot of good things for the community so far, and honestly, we like it, but just one mistake, all it takes is several big mistakes to screw that over. Many free-to-play players have already quit the game because of bad awakenings. For us, if you just need Transcendent 6, we'll get it. In fact, even if Awakening is Transcendent 12, many of the top players will just say, okay, T12, I'm just gonna start pulling and yeah, awaken my units. But many free-to-play players and low spenders can't do that, and because of that, they feel less motivated to play the game and they quit. So that's my thoughts on the Awakening update and how I feel the first anniversary has gone. Yeah, I feel like the first anniversary was overhyped and under-delivered. Thanks for watching.